Okay? Because whenever Bhagavan appears, what is the reason for Bhagavan's appearance? Dharma samsthapanarthaya and paritranaya
Sambhavami
vinashaya dushkritam sambhavami yuge yuge. So, whenever there is a decline in the religion, Bhagavan appears to re-establish Dharma and also to give some relishment to the devotees. Paritranaya sadhuna. The actual purpose is paritranaya sadhuna. Vinashaya dushkritam, that's a secondary job. That's a part-time job. But the full-time job is paritranaya sadhuna. By performing some leelas, Bhagavan wants to attract everybody towards him. Paritranaya. Pari means in all directions, in different ways, in multiple ways. Paritranaya. Trana means to deliver. How does he deliver the people in the material world? By attracting us to him, by performing his leelas. He attracts in different ways, in all different ways, multiple ways. Paritranaya. So in Krishna Avatara, when Krishna comes in Dwapara Yuga and performs beautiful Balya Leela, Makkan Chod Leela, everybody is attracted. And in Rama Avatara, Bhagavan appeared as a human being to demonstrate how to lead a dharmic life. He's a Dharmanushtana Paratpara. Dharmanushtana Paratpara. He personally practiced Dharma and demonstrated how to do that. In Bhagavad Gita, in Krishna Avatara, he only taught us how to lead a good life, but he did not demonstrate personally. Whereas in Ramayana, in Ramavatara, he personally demonstrated it. That's why this Ramavatara is more sweeter compared to Krishna Avatara. Krishna Avatara, Krishna Bhakti is little difficult. So let's change the party. Let's change the party from today. See, what is the proof? Who is greater? Rama is greater. I'll tell you why. In Bhagavatam, Shuka Mahamuni used 18,000 shlokas to glorify all Dashavataras. And Valmiki, 24,000 only Ramavatara. So who is greater? Rama. But who is Rama? Krishna. So who is greater? Krishna is greater. So let's all recite this shloka. Veda vedye pare pumsi jate dasharadhatmaje. Veda vedye pare pumsi jate dasharadhatmaje. Veda pracheda sadasit sakshat Ramayanatmana. Yeah. Okay. So Ramayana is so beautiful that Charitam Raghunathasya Shatakoti Vistiranam Ekaikam Aksharam Mahapataka Nashanam. Charitam Raghunathasya. Raghunatha is Ramachandra. Charitam Raghunathasya. The story, the history of Raghunatha is Vistirnam. It is detailed it is described in great detail by Valmiki. Ekaikam Aksharam, and in those details, Ekaikam Aksharam, every letter, not every word, but every letter, every single letter, but Ekaika Aksharam, every alphabet, every letter, every Akshara, Mahapataka Nashanam. It has the power to destroy all our sins. So, now since this shloka is talking about Vedas and Bhagavan's avatara in Bhuloka, and Bhagavan's appearance in Bhuloka is to liberate us, right? So Bhakti gives us mukti. Bhakti gives us mukti. But what is the state of mukti? How is the state of mukti defined as? The state of mukti is defined with bhakti. Our goal is not to get impersonal liberation. Our goal is not to get mukti. Our goal is to go beyond mukti, to go to spiritual world. Okay? We are practicing bhakti. We are practicing bhakti yoga. Bhakti gives mukti, but in bhakti yoga, that mukti is defined as a state of bhakti. And the center of that state, the center of that bhakti is Bhagavan. And Bhagavan's leelas are described by various acharyas in many different ways, in the form of kirtans, bhajans, stotrams, kavyams, granthas, Bhagavatam, Ramayana, and so on, Mahabharata, and so on. So this is called Guna Anubhavam. We cannot see Bhagavan. With our eyes we cannot see Bhagavan. Even Bhagavan comes now, we cannot see him. But when we hear his Guna Vaibhavam, we can get that Anubhavam. When we hear the glories of the qualities of the Lord, we can get some experience. We can see the Lord through that jnana. Through that jnana we can see the Lord. So Veda Vedye Pare Pumsi Jate Dasharathatmaje Veda Pracheda Sadasi Sakshat Ramayanatmana. So in this attempt of describing Guna Vaibhavam, the qualities, the auspicious qualities, the Kalyana Guna of Bhagavan, Valmiki wants to find out who is that personality who is existing in the correct moment, who has all these auspicious qualities. It's a kind of strange question, right? Valmiki knows everything. He's a Rishi. He knows everything. He knows about Rama. Rama is the person who has all these qualities. But he is asking that question on behalf of all of us. Okay? So he is teaching us the art of questioning. How to ask questions. Sometimes even when you are practicing bhakti, when you are practicing spirituality, we don't know what type of questions to ask. So Valmiki is teaching us the art of questioning. How to ask questions in an expert way. Okay? So in that attempt, what does he say? Actually, before that, how does it all begin? Where is the other deck? So one day, Valmiki, he was bathing in the river, and then on the banks of the river there is a tree, and then on the tree there are two crauncha birds. No, not on the tree. In the water, it's a crane, right? Crauncha bird is a crane. Cranes don't go on the tree, so they are in the water. So two birds, they are in the water, and a hunter comes and shoots the female bird, female crane, female crauncha bird. Seeing this, Valmiki curses this hunter, and while he is cursing, he recites this shloka. His intention is to curse, but unknowingly he recites this shloka. Manishada pratishtam tvam agama shashvati sama yat krauncha mitunadekam avadhi kama mohitam. O hunter, you will not find rest for the long years of eternity because you have killed a pair of innocent cranes while they were in love. And then, after going home, he was contemplating on this and he realized that he was speaking some poetic language. He wanted to give a curse to this hunter, but he was speaking some poetic language. Then he was wondering, how did these, beautiful divine words, so-called divine words came out of my mouth. I used those words to curse this hunter. Then Valmiki comes there. Then Valmiki tells him that the shloka that came from your mouth in an attempt to curse this Nishada. Nishada is a Sanskrit word for hunter. The shloka that came from your mouth to curse this Nishada, that's an indication, that's an instruction from Bhagavan to glorify Bhagavan. That shows that you have the power, you are a great kavi, you are a great poet to glorify the Lord. So Narada Muni tells to Valmiki. Then Valmiki asks, so who is that personality that I should glorify? Who is that personality who has all great qualities? I want to know about him so that I can write about him. Then Narada Muni explains about Ramachandra. So that is how it starts, and it is considered that this shloka, Manishada Pratishtam Tvam Agama Shashvati Sama, this shloka is considered as the first ever epic shloka in the entire Vedic literature. The first ever epic shloka in the entire Vedic literature. So then Valmiki asks the questions. Kon vasmin sampratam loke gunavan kascha viryavan dharmajnascha kritajnascha satyavakyo dridhavrataha charitrena chako yuktaha. I don't have the shloka, but I will share the screen. I will share the screen in Telugu. You have to understand it. The Sankshepa Ramayana that we just recited in the beginning of the call, that has all these shlokas. Oh no, not this one, right? Yeah. So Konvas means Sampratam Loke, Gunavan Kascha Viryavan. You can open the same link that we just read now. Konvas means Sampratam Loke, Gunavan Kascha Viryavan, Dharmajnascha Kritajnascha, Satyavakyo Dridhavrataha, Charitrena Chako Yuktaha, Sarva Bhuteshu Kohitaha, Vidvan Kakka Samardascha, Kaschaika Priyadarshanaha, Atmavan Ko Jitakrodo, Jyutiman Konasuyakaha, Kasya Vibhyati Devascha, Jataroshasya Samyuge. Etadichhamyaham shrotum param kautuhalam hime maharshetvam samardosi jnatumevam vidam naram shrutva chaitat trilokagno valmike narado vachaha shruyatamiti chamuntre prahrushto vakyam abravit bahavo durlabhaschaiva etvaya kirtita gunaha mune vakshamyaham buddha tairyukta shruyatam naraha. So until here Valmiki asks to Narada Muni, who has all these great qualities. And the list starts with Gunavan. So this is the complete list of 16 gunas or 16 characteristics, qualities that Valmiki asks Narada Muni. Konvas means Sampratam Loke, Gunavan, Kascha Viryavan. That they are not in the same sequential order that Valmiki asked, but it has grouped, the AI tool, it has grouped them very nicely into categories. The gunas based on character and ethics, gunas based on the action and ability, gunas based on empathy and relation, how the dealings, how Ramachandra deals with people, and gunas based on the inner mastery. how he deals with the emotions within. So Gunavan, let's start with the first one, Gunavan. And before that, let's just read through the list and understand, because we don't know how many qualities we will be able to cover. We may cover only one quality today. So let's just get the satisfaction of reading all the names and the meaning. Okay? Gunavan, embodiment of good qualities. Dharmajna, righteous dissentiment. Viryavan. Okay, let's discuss one group at a time. Satyavakya, uncompromising truthfulness. Charitrena, impeccable, blemishless character. And now action and capability. Viryavan, great valor and strength. Samartha, highly capable and skilled. Dridhavrata, unwavering perseverance. Jyutiman, extraordinary radiance. Like effulgence, light. You know, wherever Ramachandra is, there is a light, there is illumination, both externally and internally also. Within the heart and outside also. Aura. Aura you cannot see, but this one is, it's like everything is illuminating. This is illuminating. Empathy and relational. Kritagnya, grateful for even the smallest help. Ramachandra, even if somebody looks at him and smiles, he will remember that. What is that? Udta. No, at least Udta, the squirrel, did something. But even something lower than that, even if somebody looks at him and smiles, Ramachandra will never forget that. Kritagnyata, the gratitude, the thankfulness. Sarva Bhuteshu Hitaha, well-wisher of all beings. Priya Darshana, pleasant presence and look. Anasuyaka, devoid of jealousy and slander. Even though Ravanasura had jealousy towards Rama, but Rama did not have any hatred or any jealousy, enviousness towards Ravanasura. In fact, after killing Ravanasura, Ramachandra personally did the funeral of Ravanasura. He did the Antyeshti personally. Next category. Vidwan, well read and informed. So these are like soft skills, okay? Inner mastery. Atmavan, self-contented inner happiness. Jitakrodha, absolute control over anger. Bibhatya Deva. No, Bibhyati Deva. Righteous displeasure that alarms the gods. In simple words, even the Devatas are afraid of him. What is the example for that? Samudra Raja. Yeah, Samudra Raja. Okay? Gunavan. So what is this list, by the way? This entire list? Guna. This is a list of Guna. But what is the first Guna? Gunavan. Now what is this? So Gunavan itself means one who has gunas. Vidwan means one who has vidya. Dhanavan means one who has dhana. Balavan means one who has bala. Gunavan means one who has guna. And the first quality here is Gunavan. Does that mean it is just to fill the list and make it up to 16? No. Gunavan, the acharyas, they they explain this Gunavan quality as Saushilyata. Saushilyata. Okay? The exemplary behavior, Saushilyata. That means when Ramchandra is dealing with people, he doesn't differentiate between high class, low class. There are no degradation. There are no gradations. Higher grade, lower grade. There are no gradations. He doesn't give any consideration to gradations. He treats everyone equal. And the best example is Guha. Guha is a hunter. Is a Nishada. In the previous sloka, we discussed about Nishada. Valmiki curses that hunter. But here Guha is also a hunter. He is a tribal class person. But he is the best friend of Rama. Just like Krishna and Sudama, in Rama Leela, Guha is the best friend. There are beautiful conversations between Guha, Rama, Guha and Lakshmana, Guha and Bharata. Ramachandra says, Atma Samasaka. While describing about Guha, Ramachandra says, Atma Samasaka. Atma Sama. That means he is equal to me. Guha is equal to me. Saka, he is my friend. Atma Samasaka is equal to me and he is my friend. And when he is introducing Sitamma to Guha, Ramchandra says, here is your sister, Sita, and she happens to be my wife. And while introducing Lakshmana, Ramchandra says, Guha, this is your brother, and he happens to be my brother also. And when Ramachandra returns from Lanka after killing Ravanasura, when he is returning from, before that, in that first meeting only, Ramachandra meets with Guha on the banks of Ganga. As soon as Ramachandra comes, Guha comes and hugs Ramachandra. Usually, when a guru is visiting some disciple, or one sadhu, sannyasi is visiting somebody, right? First, it's an etiquette, proper etiquette, that the sadhu, sannyasi or guru has to come and hug. Not the disciple will go run and hug. If my Guru Maharaj, Radhanath Swami Maharaj comes, I go and, hey Maharaj, come. Everybody will laugh, just like how you all laughed. But here Guha does that. Guha goes and hugs Ramachandra first. No, he is simple at heart. He knows the rules, but he has that intimacy. He has that closeness, he has that intimacy. Ramachandra has given that leverage to Guha, which he has not given to others. So, even when Bharata Shatrugna go to the forest to see Rama, right? It was Ramachandra first who hugs Bharata and Shatrugna. But here Guha hugs Rama first. And Rama is happy about that. So I'm planning for a series on just Rama and Guha friendship in about 10 to 12 classes. So that will be in the evening, by the way. This is a marketing call for that. Like, share, subscribe, and click on the ring bell icon. So throughout Ramayana, from Balakanda, from Ayodhya Kanda to Yuddha Kanda, in 5 Kandas, even in Balakanda actually, even in Balakanda also, there is a description how the friendship between Ramachandra and Guha was formed. All we know is the story about Guha. All that we know is how he helped Ramachandra cross Ganga Nadi. That's all we know. But very few people know that he is a friend of Rama, and very few people know how he became a friend to Rama. So that is described in Balakanda. And in the end, when in Yuddha Kanda, when Ramachandra kills Ravanasura and returns from Lanka to Ayodhya, the first thing Ramachandra does is tells Hanuman, go and give this good news to Guha. That we have conquered the enemies and we are returning to Ayodhya, and invite Guha to the Pattabhisheka. And Guha comes to the Pattabhisheka. So this is a special devotee in the entire Rama Leela, which is elaborately described in the entire Ramayana, right from first Kanda to the last Kanda, all 6 Kandas. So I'm planning for a series on that. So this shows that Gunavan, the Saushilyata and Saulabhyata, 2 things. Saushilyata means his good character not to differentiate between high class and low class. See, Ramachandra, he accepted Vibhishana. Vibhishana is a king. Of course, Ramachandra only made him king, but not because he's going to be a king. Ramachandra made friendship with him, right? So either he's a king or a hunter like Guha. There's no distinction. There's no differentiation. That is Saushilyata. And Saulabhyata. He is easily accessible, easily approachable. Saulabhyata. Okay, this is the first striking quality. Next, Dharmajna. Dharmajna, the word Dharmajna means one who knows Dharma. One who knows Dharma. Jna means to know. Janati iti jna, Dharmajna. Dharma janati iti Dharmajna. Kritajna, what is Kritajna? Kritam janati iti Kritajna. Kritam means chesina pani. Kritam means whatever the work that is done by somebody, janati. To know and to remember. To know that somebody has done some favor to us. First thing is to know about that. Second thing is to remember that. Okay? Kritajna. Pratigna. No, that word we cannot do pada vivedana like this. Pratigna itself is a whole word. Whereas Dharmajna, we can do pada viveda like this. Dharma janati iti Dharmajna. Pratigna, it's a whole word. Promise. So Dharmajna, the ability to maintain emotional stability, sharp intellect, and unwavering conviction precisely when distress is highest. We all know that Rama is an embodiment of Dharma. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. Maricha, the Rakshasi, Maricha says this. In the conversation between Maricha and Ravanasura, Maricha gives a warning to Ravanasura that, O Ravanasura, if you don't return Sita to Ramachandra, he's going to see your end. Not because he's a Kshatriya, not because he's a king, not because he's powerful, not because he's Rama, not because he's Bhagavan, but because he is Vigraha Dharma. Because he is a personification of Dharma, it is not Rama who is going to destroy you, but it is the Dharma that is going to destroy you. It is the Dharma that is going to destroy you. So you better return Sitamma to Ramachandra. Dharmajna. When Ramachandra was exiled, to go to the forest, right? When Ramachandra was still in Ayodhya, and he was offering pranam to everybody, Kausalya Devi, Kaikeyi, Dasharatha, everybody. He was offering pranama to them, and he was about to leave from there, right? Then Kausalya Devi, just like when a child is going to dorm or a hostel, or when the child, after a few years, when the child is going to in-laws home, what do the parents do? They pack so many things, like sweets, snacks, clothes, some utensils, all those things. Some money, some jewelry, everything, right? They pack everything and send. What did Kausalya pack for Ramachandra? Dharma only, yes. Ramachandra says, Kausalya Devi says, "O Rama, when you are here in Ayodhya, you are a prince, everything was comfortable here, everybody was nice, but now you are going to the forest, you need to go through a lot of difficulties. So until now you are able to follow Dharma very easily. But when you are in difficult place, when you are in the forest, and when you are surrounded by some Rakshasas, when you don't have a comfortable life there, will you be able to follow Dharma? Even when the situations are not favorable, will you be able to follow Dharma?" And then saying that, Kausalya Devi says, the only thing that I can give you is, the only thing that I can pack for you. And this is what Valmiki says in his words actually. The only thing that I can pack for you is your own Dharma. The only thing I can pack for you is your own Dharma. I'm packing as a bag, travel bag, and then giving it to you. That Dharma alone will protect you. So saying that, Kausalya Devi blesses Ramachandra and sends him to the forest.
What is the root word for dharma? And dharma, every time the word dharma changes based on the situations. What is the root word for
The root word for dharma is dhara. Dhara means what? To bear. Like dharani. What is dharani? That which bears. Dharani is earth, the Prithvi. Dharani is earth, that which bears the load of people, that which bears the sinful activities of people. Just like a mother, the earth bears everybody, right? That is Dharani. The word dharma comes from the root word dhara. And the Sanskrit meaning of dharma is two things. One is to bear and to uplift. That which uplifts is dharma. That which uplifts is dharma. Yeah. Rama's dharma.
So it changes based on the person's or it's different for other or it's a
Rama, no, that's a good question. It doesn't change. Dharma is same. The principles are same for everybody. But when Kausalya Devi said, I am packing your own dharma as a protection for you, there's a deeper meaning in that. That means Kausalya Devi, being mother of Rama, she is saying that I have not seen anybody who is following dharma like you. That's why I am packing your own dharma and giving it to you. So nobody can follow dharma like you. No, those are duties. Yeah, the duties are different. But dharma means, in general, dharma means the principles. The principles. The do's and don'ts. The yama, niyama, do's and don'ts. Responsibilities, no, they are duties. Yeah, they are duties. So like this, there are many incidents where Ramachandra exhibited not many incidents, but the entire Ramayana is full of three things. What are the three things? Tyagam, Dharmam, third one? Dharma, Tyaga, and Sheila. Sacrifice is Tyaga. Valor. Not so much. Yeah, Valor we see only in Yuddha Kanda. Yeah, some little bit in Balakanda and in great detail in Yuddha Kanda, but not so much. Something that is flowing throughout Ramayana.
Pitruvakya Paripalana. Pitruvakya Paripalana.
Pitruvakya Paripalana. Okay, so that is Dharma only.
It's an example of the entire family life. Living example of Satya.
Satya. Google, Satya Nadella help you. Satya Nadella help you. Satya Nadella help him to find Satyam. Correct. Satyam. Satyam, Tyagam, Dharmam. These are the three things you will see throughout Ramayana, flowing. Okay? These three things are closely intertwined in every episode of Ramayana.
And Prabhuji, is it the same like when we read in Bhagavatam, like the cow was standing in Treta Yuga on three legs? So Satya, Tyag and Dharma, is it the same thing?
Yes, Bhagavatam also it talks about those three things, but Ramayana gives more details of these three things. Yeah, in Bhagavatam, just like how I said, right? Shukadeva Goswami used 18,000 shlokas to explain Dashavatara. So there was not much scope and possibility for giving more details. Whereas Ramayana, there's a great scope. It's one central character, Rama, around which all other characters are there. And the Satyam, Dharmam and Tyagam are described in great detail. So if you compare Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita is condensed form and Bhagavatam is a elaborative form. But if you compare Bhagavatam and Ramayana, Bhagavatam will become like Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavatam will become book of principles. It's no longer a case study. In front of Ramayana, Bhagavatam will become a book of principles.
Yeah, I was trying to correlate, like, because in Ramayana is basically about Treta Yuga is about Ramayana.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was trying to take a break balance, like where in Bhagavatam it was like in Kali Yuga, the cow was standing in one leg, it was just Satya.
Yeah.
In Dwapar it was standing on two legs, it was Satya and I think Tyaga or something like that. And then in Treta it was standing on three legs. So I was trying to see if the virtues are mapping.
Okay, understood. Yeah. No. That mapping doesn't have anything to do here. But these are the three things. I mean, there are other things also, like Shama, Shaucham, all those things are there. But primarily these three things, Satyam, Tyagam and Dharmam, they are discussed. Okay? Next, Kritagnya. We discussed this, right? Gratitude. So Rama, he remembers every small thing, every little help. Somebody gave an example of squirrel, right? So even the small help done by squirrel and the big help done by Hanuman, Ramchandra considers equal. Both are equal. So Now, when we are discussing these qualities of Ramachandra, right? So there is a practical lesson for us from everything. It is not to be heard just like a story and wow, 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 wow. Very nice, very nice. Ramchandra ki jai, Sithamma ki jai, Dasharatha Lakshmana Hanuman ki jai. It is not that. That's not the goal. But we should imbibe these qualities so that people will say Abhishek ki jai. If Abhishek imbibes these qualities, people will say Abhishek ki jai. That's the goal. Okay? Ramchandra is always glorious. You know, Krishna Bhagavan is Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Bhagavan. But we have to become like that. We have to imbibe these qualities, and we also have to become victorious. So when we imbibe these qualities, our heart becomes clean, and then Ramchandra comes and sits in our heart. Just like how Ramchandra is always sits in Hanuman's heart, like that, Ramchandra will come and sit in our heart. This will become Ramarajya. Our heart will become Ramarajya. Ramachandra will come and rule this kingdom of Ramarajya. So there's a nice comparison given, right? In the material world, even if somebody does 99 good things to us, but one bad thing, we'll only remember that one bad thing. We don't remember the 99 good things. But Ramachandra and Bhagavan, even if somebody does 99 bad things, like Shishupala, the Lord forgave until the 99th mistake. And when he was about to make the 100th mistake, Sudarshan Chakra. So like this, we have to make an explicit effort to remember the help that we receive from others and show gratitude. But the biggest problem in today's life is we are so occupied, so busy with so many things, we don't have time. We don't have time to remember. We don't have time to thank people. For example, Mahi gave me nice snacks. It's already 1 week. No, 2 weeks aయిందా నాకు ఇచ్చి గారెలు ఇచ్చి ఫస్ట్ టైం గారెలు ఇచ్చేప్పుడు 2 weeks aయిందా? It's been like 2 weeks, and so far I have not thanked her. And we spent a lot of time. Even my wife also ate. She also liked them. I liked them. My daughter also liked. Everybody liked. We ate so many times. We liked. We discussed. Oh, she made so nicely. But we never called her. We never thanked her. So like that. So we are so busy. Even though we have an intention to thank, but we are so busy, we are into so many things, so occupied, preoccupied, our minds are preoccupied. So we slowly have to come out of that busy life and keep some time for us. Okay? By the way, thank you, Mahi. Now you are all Sakshi. And see, and look at her nature. Even though 2 weeks back she gave those garelu, and I did not thank. And then 2 days ago, Subhash came and brought more snacks and gulab jamun. That anyway, I was going to thank today, not after 2 weeks. Yes, thank you for those snacks and gulab jamun.
In front of all of us, you made them bad. You didn't give us.
Now, by telling in front of everybody, there is a deeper meaning. What is the deeper meaning?
Get more snacks for me.
Yes.
They know you love gulab jamun.
See, Dhruva is also saying that. So it's not only Mahi, because Mahi and Subhash, they are on the receptor. Untara chivari varaku vellala akkadiki. Start avvala? Okay. So by the way, since we are discussing about them, they are moving to Detroit. Yeah, April 2nd. Yeah, very soon. Like next week, they are moving to Detroit for job relocation. So we take this opportunity to thank them, to appreciate their efforts, to come here every week. I see them every week since the beginning of these classes. I see them every week. Subhash started coming recently, but Mahi, since beginning, she is there. So, and the children, they are also very nice. They're well behaved, very nice. We're definitely going to miss you both. Hope you will come back after 1 year. You'll try finding a job here in Seattle again, and you'll come back. So, big round of applause to them for all their time, for all their friendship, for all their nice association with all of us. Very inspiring. And they both are soft spoken. One of the qualities of Ramachandra is he is mridubhashi, soft spoken. He doesn't speak in high raised voice. So like that, these two, especially Mahi, she doesn't even speak at all. Even if she speaks, it's like a very small child speaking very softly. So mridubhashi, that's a quality that we have to cultivate. So yeah, definitely, you can join online because it's 3 hours from here. This call, definitely you can join online. Evening call you will not be able to, but so good. Next, Satyavakya. Satyavakya means truth. The previous one is Dharma, this is Satyam. What is this noise? No, this is not speaker. I turned off the speaker, still it's coming. Now it's gone, huh? Mridubhashi.
Take it out of it. In the first one. I think speakers.
No, you did something before that time. Yeah, it's good. No, it's good. Okay, Satyavakya, following truth, speaking truth always, uncompromising truth. So this is also demonstrated in many different ways. But one great episode where this Satyavakya Palana is demonstrated is when Ramachandra was in forest, in exile, in Dandakaranya. Whoever was seeing Ramachandra, Sitamma, Lakshmana, they were suffering. They could not tolerate it. So every day they used to tell him, go back to Ayodhya. You're not obligated to go through this suffering. Especially Sitamma, she's not obligated. She doesn't deserve this suffering. So take her back to Ayodhya. Everybody keeps on saying that. One day, Vasishta Muni was saying this. Vasishta Muni was telling the same thing to Ramachandra, that I think you should go back to keep everybody happy. Even everybody in Ayodhya, it's been like 10 years so far, but people in Ayodhya, they are still crying for you. So you should go back. Then Ramachandra speaks to Vasishta saying that, O Guru, because Vasishta is Guru for Ramachandra, right? O Guru, You are the one who taught to me that the children should listen to parents. Children should listen to the words of parents. They are like orders. They are like shasana. And now you are telling to go back to Ayodhya. So it is my father himself who told me, and my mother Kaikeyi, who told me to go to forest. So how can I obey those instructions? If I obey those instructions, then according to what you taught to me, see all the Dharma, Satya, who taught to Ramachandra? Vashishta Muni taught to Ramachandra. So he's playing that card. He's playing that card with Vashishta Muni. So then Vashishta Muni could not say anything. So based on Satya Pitruvakya Paripalana, following the words of his father and mother, Ramachandra convinced Vashishta Muni that it is appropriate for Ramachandra to stay back in Dandakaranya forest. But there is one atheist. His name is Jabali. Okay, Jabali tried to convince Ramachandra with lot of argument, back and forth argument. Jabali is an atheist. That means he doesn't believe in God. He doesn't believe in Papa, Punya, Karma. He doesn't believe in any of these things. Satyam, Dharmam, Tyagam, nothing. So the principle of atheist is just one life, enjoy it to the fullest. Jabali used to say to Ramachandra that you have all the royal kingdom, royal comforts, so much of wealth, so much of comfortable life. Just go and enjoy. Just go and enjoy. Don't give too much of consideration to Pitruvakya Paripalana, Satyam, Dharmam, Tyagam, all these things. Then Ramachandra, one of the gunas in the 16 qualities list is Samartha. There is Vidwan and there is Samartha. Vidwan means one who is knowledgeable. And Samartha means capable. Even though somebody has knowledge, but they may not be capable of talking to somebody else. They may not be able to, convey the point properly. Smart. Yeah, maybe smart is derived from Samartha. Maybe. Yeah. So Samartha, that means capable. So here in this specific incident where Jabali tried to convince Ramachandra, Ramachandra exhibited the quality of Vidwan and Samartha, both. So next one, Dridhavrata, perseverance. That is Dharma. Yeah. So Dridhavrata. So Dridhavrata, perseverance. Actually Dridhavrata, and then there is another one, Viryavan. Yeah, Viryavan. You see the quality Viryavan here, Viryavan and Dridhavrata. These two, they go hand in hand. When we look at this quality Viryavan, what do we think about it? Courage. What's our understanding? Courage. Okay. Strong. Power. Yeah. Ability to fight with people. Right? So when we look at this quality Viryavan, we only think about the external ability. But Viryavan, it also means internal ability to stand by the calamities, to stand by the dualities that arise within the mind. Viryavan means unparalleled strength, the strength to deal with the dualities within. within our mind. For example, if somebody wants to follow the principle of coming on time, being punctual, right? 12 o'clock sharp means, let's say all of you have that determination. You all have that principle. You have made a resolution, yes, before 12, 11:59, I'll be in the temple, right? Simply having that principle is not enough, right? You need to have the courage to follow that principle. You need to have the courage to follow the principle. Why? It's a simple thing. For coming on time, does it require any courage to follow that principle? Yes, it does. Because in an attempt to follow this principle, there will be obstacles. There will be so many obstacles. The courage means the courage to deal with these obstacles and still come on time. Okay, still maintain punctuality. That is the courage. Any good quality. This Viryavan and the Dridhatvam. It is applicable to all the other 14 qualities. For example, Dharma. If somebody wants to follow Dharma, what do you need? You need some strength, some courage to follow Dharma, because there will be obstacles. While you are following Dharma, there will be obstacles. You need some courage to follow, you need some courage to deal with the obstacles and still follow Dharma. So any quality you take, in order to maintain those qualities, you need Viryavan, Viratvam and Dridhatvam. Dridhatvam is determination and Viratvam is the strength. Viratvam is the strength and determination is that Dridhatvam. Sarva bhuteshu hitaha. Sarva bhuteshu hitaha. Hita means the welfare. Sarva, all. Bhuteshu, all the jivas, all the living entities. Sarva bhuteshu hitaha. He is the well-wisher of everybody. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, shloka number 29. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarva loka maheshwaram suhrudam sarva bhutanam. Suhrudam sarva bhutanam. I am the friend and well-wisher of all living entities. తెలుగులో మంచి సాంగ్ ఉంది కదా దీని గురించి. సర్వభూతేషు హితః. He is the friend and well-wisher of everyone. Does anyone know that song? Dipti. Dipti అని పేరు. Yeah. అందరి బంధువయ భద్రాచల రామయ్య ఆదుకునే ప్రభువయ్య ఆ అయోధ్య రామయ్య చేయూతనిచ్చేవాడయ్య ఆ సీతారామయ్య కోర్కెలు తీర్చేవాడయ్య కోదండ రామయ్య అందరి బంధువయ్య భద్రాచల రామయ్య. అలాగా సర్వభూతేషు హితః. Instead, Ramachandra doesn't put his welfare first. He puts others' welfare first. He gives priority to others' welfare and then thinks about himself. That's why he put Kaikeyi's happiness first. In front of his happiness, he put Kaikeyi's happiness first because Kaikeyi wanted that. So he wanted to fulfill what Kaikeyi, wanted to achieve. But what did Kaikeyi tell him? Kaikeyi did not even let Ramachandra to go and see Dasharatha, to speak to Dasharatha, to even all that Ramachandra wanted to do is just offer pradakshina around Dasharatha. offer namaskara and do pradakshina around Dasharatha and go to forest. Initially she did not even allow that. And Kaikeyi was speaking on behalf of Dasharatha, saying that if Ramachandra does not go to forest by the time I wake up in the morning, I will not even see his face. She was talking like this. Now, did Ramachandra believe that? No. He knows. He knows how Dasharatha is. He knows what has happened. Somebody has polluted Kaikeyi's mind. He knows everything. But as per the words of Kaikeyi, he believed that, Dasharatha gave the boon to Kaikeyi, right? So that's the main thing. So in order to fulfill that boon, Ramachandra was ready to go. Now if that boon is not fulfilled, Dasharatha has to say sorry to Kaikeyi, right? Oh Kaikeyi, I am sorry. I gave a boon, but I am taking that boon back. Tuch. No boon now. No boon now.
Raghuvansh ne to say pran jaye par vachan na jaye.
Pran jaye par vachan na jaye. Yeah, like that.
Also, Dasharatha had the sharp, right? The sharp when he came from Shravan Kumar. He had the sharp from his parents.
Yes.
That he has to die.
Yeah.
The grief of his son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dasharatha had to be.
He helped his father to not to break stones.
So he helped his father not to break his promise, and he doesn't have to say sorry.
One more thing, Prabhuji, when Bharata was angry on Kaikeyi, that time also he very kind to Kaikeyi and was saying he should not scold her. So Bharata was angry, but Rama was not angry.
No, what is that? I didn't understand.
When Bharata came back, he was angry on Kaikeyi and was not treating her properly. So
Yeah.
but Rama was not angry. He told him not to do that.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Next. Sarvabhuteshu hitaha. Okay. So here, Samartha, we discussed Samartha also, right? We discussed Samartha and Vidwan. Let's discuss about Vidwan. Where is that list, Vidwan? It's missing. Vidwan. Okay? Vidwan means well-read and informed. In Ramayana, there is something called as Rama Gita. Just like Bhagavad Gita, Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. In Ramayana, there is something called as Rama Gita. So what is the meaning of this word Vidwan? One who is well versed in Shastra. One who is well versed in Vedas. The word Vid means to know. One who knows everything is Vidwan. One who knows all the Vedas is Vidwan. Well read and informed. When Bharata goes to the forest, Bharata Shatrajna go to the forest to see Ramachandra, and Bharata wanted to invite Rama to come back to Ayodhya and rule the kingdom. But Rama refuses. There also he says, to do Pitruvakya Paripalana, I am determined to stay in forest only, because now Dasharatha is gone. He passed away. He cannot come back and change the decision, right? So he has given the word, and within 2 days after Ramchandra left the forest, Dasharatha kept on crying Rama, 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 and then he died. Within 2 days he died. So now there's no reversing of that boon. That's why Ramchandra says, I'm determined to stay here. You go and rule the kingdom. Then Bharata agrees. Finally, he's convinced. He agrees to go back to Ayodhya and rule the kingdom. But he takes the Padukas and rules the kingdom. But before he leaves, Ramachandra educates Bharata about how to rule the kingdom and he also gives the spiritual knowledge to Bharata. Starting from Sankhya philosophy, Atma Jnana. Bharata, Ramachandra tells to Bharata that this body is temporary, we are not this body, we are the soul. Just like how Krishna told in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Same exact thing Ramachandra tells to Bharata. Even the Bharata knows everything, but for a record in Ramayana, and for everybody who is reading Ramayana. Even if somebody doesn't read Bhagavad Gita, but they are reading only Ramayana. See, if you ask a hardcore Rama devotee, a hardcore fan of Ramayana, you know what they will say? Before reading Bhagavad Gita, you should read Ramayana. So for them, that is the law book. Okay? So, and there's nothing wrong in that, right? That is their love. That is their love for Ramayana and Ramchandra. So for those people, those people may never touch Bhagavad Gita. For those people, now that knowledge has to be given, right? I am not this body, but I am the soul. That's why Rama put that Rama Gita in Ramayana. Okay? So Vidwan and Samartha. Satyavakya. Jitakrodha. Let's discuss about Jitakrodha. Absolute control over anger. Why will anybody have anger? Unfulfilled desires, right? So Ramachandra, he has great control on anger. Why? Because no desires. One day he was announced that he was going to be coronated. The next day he was announced that he was going to forest. So he was happily accepting any situation because no desire. When there is no desire, there is no anger. The root cause of anger is desire. So Jitakrodha. That's why throughout Ramayana, we will not see except one episode, Samudra Raja, when he was not giving way to Ramachandra. Only then Ramachandra becomes angry. Other than that, you will not see anywhere else Ramachandra getting angry. And there is a reason why Ramachandra gets angry during that Samudra Raja episode that we'll discuss. That is Bibhyati Deva. Bibhyati Deva means even the Devatas, demigods, they are also afraid of him. So Samudra Raja is one of the Devatas. The Sagara is one of the Devatas. So Sagara, he was not giving way to Ramachandra. Then I think there should be a slide for that. Let's see.
One more says that Sugriva forgot about what he promised. That time also Rama got angry. Sugriva forgot that he has to go and
Sugriva has to?
Sugriva, after Mari was killed, he forgot that he has to help Rama. He was just enjoying. So that time also I think Rama was
maybe. I haven't read that episode in detail. Yeah, maybe. So, but in the entire episode of Ramayana, 24,000 shlokas, maybe there are less than 10 shlokas where Ramachandra's anger is described. So that is, very insignificant. So what were we discussing? Vellala? Okay. Wait, I have something for you. It's 2 o'clock. Should we pause here then? How many other qualities did we miss? Gunavan, Dharmajna, Viryavan, Samartha, Satyavakya, Charitrena, so just wait another 2-3 minutes, okay? Charitrena, blemishless character. So in the entire Ramayana, even even though Ramachandra was going through so much of suffering, but he never had any spot on his character. Not only that, he never had any blemishes spot on his family members also. There is this kanda called Uttarakanda, where you will see something differently than the other kandas, where somebody, tries to put a blame on Sitamma, tries to put a blame on Ramachandra, and then further Ramachandra sends Sitamma to forest. And there is an episode where Ramachandra gives death sentence to Lakshmana in Uttarakanda. So it requires great practice of bhakti, it requires great intellect, it requires great ability to understand what is being mentioned in Uttarakanda before we can speak about that. So there is definitely deeper meaning behind everything that is done. So still, even though apparently externally somebody is trying to put some blemish, some spot on Rama's character or Sita's character, but nothing like that. So throughout Ramayana, it is blemishless character, charitrena. Charita means the character. Charitra is different. Charitra is history. But this is Charita. Chaitanya Charitamrita. The exemplary character of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is Charita. Ram Charit Manas. What is the meaning of Ram Charit Manas? It's the whole Ramcharit Manas is about Rama's exemplary character. Ramcharit Manas. So we discussed Dridhavrata, Jyutiman. Jyutiman, I explained briefly, right? In wherever Ramachandra is, there is the illumination, both externally and internally. Wherever Rama's name is chanted, there is illumination in the heart. That is the meaning of Jyutiman. Kritagnya, we discussed, Sarvabhuteshu Hitaha, Vidwan, Atmavan. Atmavan, self-content, inner happiness. When Ramachandra was asked to give up the kingdom, he did not feel agitated. Because for a soul, there is no difference between happiness and distress. Happiness and distress, they are only in the material platform. But for a soul, there is no difference between these two. Victory and defeat, honor, dishonor, happiness, distress, there is no difference for the soul. That's what Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Samadukka Sukha Kshami, Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya, Shitoshna Sukha Dukkada. So, one who is situated in this soul platform, for them, there is no difference. That is Atmavan, self-content and inner happiness. Priya Darshana, pleasant presence and look. So here, Valmiki describes Ramachandra's Saundaryam, beautiful form. Anasuyaka, devoid of jealousy and slander. We discussed that. Jitakrodha, we discussed. Bibhyati Deva. Samudra Raja, all the Devatas are also afraid of him. In fact, during Vibhishana Sharanagati episode, Ramachandra tells to Sugriva, because Sugriva is reluctant to accept Vibhishana. When Vibhishana comes to take shelter of Ramachandra, Sugriva is reluctant because Sugriva had some bitter experience in the past. His own brother Vali cheated him, right? And when Ravanasura came and kidnapped Sitamma in the form of a sadhu. Now Sugriva's problem is, even though externally somebody may be looking like a sadhu, but he may not be genuinely sadhu. Now Vibhishana is standing in front of Rama, appearing like a sadhu, but he may not be sadhu. So he is reluctant to accept. And then Ramachandra tells to Sugriva that even if Vibhishana is not genuinely a sadhu and he turns out to be demoniac, even if all the Rakshasas come together, even if all the wild animals, Rakshasas, everybody come together, I can destroy them with the tip of my toenail. Ramchandra says that. I can kill them with the tip of my toenail. See, in Ramavatara, Ramachandra acts like a human being throughout. But there are few occasions, 4 or 5 occasions where he remembers his paratvam. Entire Ramayana, he forgets his paratvam. But 4 or 5 occasions, he remembers his paratvam. Just like Samudra Raja episode is one. And then this Vibhishan Sharanagati is another episode where Ramachandra... No, fighting with Parashurama, he fights like a human being only. Yeah. When Parashurama says, oh, everybody is praising that Rama, he broke the Shivadanasu. Now let him prove with me. Let him prove by fighting with me. So these 2 avatars fighting with each other. So then he fought like a human being only. So like that, there are very few occasions where he remembers his paratvam, and so this episode, Samudra Raja episode, and then the Vibhishan Sharanagati one. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. You get an idea what is the vastness of these qualities that Valmiki is describing. For example, Priyadarshana. For each of these qualities, Valmiki gives so much intricate details. For example, Priya Darshana, the way Valmiki describes is Guda Jatru Rarindamaha. In one shloka, he says Guda Jatru Rarindamaha. Guda means the collarbone. So he describes Rama's beauty. He is neither thin nor fat. If somebody is very thin, you can see the collarbone. If somebody is fat, you cannot see collarbone at all. Now today you go home and you check. So Ramachandra, but if somebody is in between, then that means they are beautiful. So this is the level of detail Valmiki gives. Now have you seen in Krishna Avatara a great detail like this? Adharam Maduram Vadanam Maduram, only that much. But here gives so many beautiful descriptions, detailed descriptions. Priya Darshana, pleasant look.
Grouping included, Prabhuji, grouping of 4 characters. 16 are grouped into 4, right? It was done in Ramayana or Prabhu?
AI.
We should be Kritagya to AI also.
Yes, Kritagya. Notebook LLM by Google. Notebook LLM by Google. It does a great job. You just give some content and then it will prepare the slides in a beautiful way like this. Now I did not even ask to group like this. AI only did this. It's a good job.
You gave Ramayana.
Hmm?
You Ramayana as input?
Yes.
5 minutes was Ranjit told me that this is entire thing, that's why not to
5 minutes, what?
5 minutes back, Ranjit told me that
Oh, you-
it was done by Notebook.
Oh, you just told him.
I saw the
Yeah, it's there on the screen. Yeah. Okay. So we'll pause here and we will send Mahi and Subhash off. You eat lunch and then go. You take pizzas and go. For online, whoever is attending, we end the call here. Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Ramayanam ki jai, Shri Sita Rama Lakshmana Hanuman ki jai, Valmiki Rishi ki jai. Okay, thank you.